And we're like, we just wanted to see if you existed, and then just leave.
I bet there's cool things going on here.
Looking cool.
They step onto our ship, the atmosphere shifts, and they just fucking die.
They just burst.
No!
Wait!
The increase in pressure, they just crumple
Clouds,
like a paper wall.
Cloud City starts to fall.
They're just,
Entire thing starts to plummet.
they're like
I'd
watching.
imagine that you would do it as a spell that would affect individuals, because that would be easier than putting like
Well, yeah.
a bubble around the
And
entire ship.
they'd still get a save against it, I think.
Yeah, they do
So,
still get a save
I mean,
against
like,
it.
Dude,
they probably won't die.
It's just
instantly.
like the.
But how funny would it be if we're just like, yeah, we came here to see, maybe make some friends. Come on, let's have some apple juice, and they just fucking.
Dude, it's just like that ancient city in the Amazon.
Yeah.
And that dude found it and then killed them all with disease. Even though it was probably a
You
lie.
mean all of them?
Yeah.
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 Happened here too.
It's what happens sometimes.
Just like the colonizers.
So what you guys could do, right, is you could take at least most of these gems, put them into the conduit, or all the gems into a conduit, and then have like Grugnug and Amelia make up some suits that could tether to the ship and give you some kind of walkout radius that you could still be under spell effects from the ship. Use that as the conduit that it is and put the spells through it to you remotely.
So then that would be like, that would like subtract from the communal whole from the ship. So like we couldn't like swap people out if we like had one with the tether. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can select who's under the effect and stuff.
What are we thinking, guys? Cloud City Adventure?
Welcome back to Mad King, everybody. We've been talking about some possibilities with Harroways ship. You want to get to high altitude.
I sure
6
do.
hours.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see nothing.
We could go
Potentially.
party. We could go party in Cloud City.
Everybody is convinced there's some Cloud City to go party in.
There could be.
There could
be, I guess. I'm not sure what you guys are expecting it to be made out of.
Clouds.
Can you walk on clouds?
Special clouds.
You don't know.
You not seen One Piece?
I can.
No.
I can.
Oh, yeah, you can.
I can.
Yeah, you actually can.
Yeah,
That's right.
that hasn't come up yet.
That hasn't come up yet.
I can do it. I'm
But you
waiting.
actually
I'm ready.
can.
Can you walk on fog too?
Yeah, you're
Dope.
ready to go.
Wow.
Fog walk is
I have a
part
force
of the
disc, it's
Dragon
cool.
Lord.
I can fly. I can run really fast.
You can take fall damage really well.
That much fall damage.
No. You cannot survive terminal velocity.
So we either
Yeah.
go to the place where I'm the only one who survives, or we go to the place where I'm the only one who doesn't survive. I'm liking the other one better.
All I'm saying is we don't have to go to the Cloud City. Just verify its existence.
Start asking around.
Okay. So you wish to pool these Gems of Wondrous power that you guys have together. Kenosi's more than willing to give you his. He's just been chewing on it and like putting it places.
There's like little scratch marks on it.
Yeah, there's little tiny
all
teeth marks. It's wet. But it is powered.
Ew.
You can put these together and you can put them into this conduit from Vulcan and get at least enough power through the ones that you have right now to make this conduit for the ship and to give tethered individuals, if you have Grugnug and Amelia, make up some special suits. May is also in town, and Oozle is currently unconscious because of that. You are more than welcome to talk to her, and she could engineer something up. You guys have
I call not talking to her.
resources.
So what do you think, lads? They're your gems. I won't pressure you into it. They could be for naught.
I don't have
If
any
it is
gems.
for naught, I guess we could just unslot them, but I don't think they're permanently affixed to the conduit.
They
so,
are not.
like,
And the biggest thing with Gems of Wondrous power is that they can be taken out of magic items and re-enchanted for new things, like immediately. And you can re-enchant what your enchantments are on magical items with it. So sure, you could go through the painstaking process of enchanting your entire ship with this air bubble spell to create that zone of protection for you guys. It's more expensive than using Gems of Wondrous power. There's no potential,
much
and there's
more
there's
expensive.
like zero potential for change.
Yeah.
Your ship only can take so many enchantments at base. That takes up one level of that.
So you're the main contributor. What are you feeling?
What do you mean I'm the main contributor?
I have no
Besides-
gems.
I also
Myself.
have no gems.
You
Oh.
are the only other contributor potentially.
Okay.
Oh, Kenosi.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kenosi's given his. If you ask Kenosi, he'll give you anything.
I mean, So here, I don't want to go spend a lot of time looking for a city in the clouds if it doesn't exist. I think that's my whole thing with that. Like, it would be dope. I'm super down to try to find it as some, or like listen for like, you know, some news snippets.
I could ask
Talk
the birds.
to a god.
Ask the birds.
You know,
the birds.
talk to a god.
Yeah.
And
The birds do not reach cloud levels of altitude. There
But
are
they could.
some birds that can and do.
Yeah.
You got to be kind of specific about who you get a hold of. You could ask some gods. You could try talking around a little bit. We could also do it as a time skip style thing if there is nothing there. If you guys individually can figure out something that you desire to do on a ship, or just be cool with chilling in the sun for a couple of days, drinking away your troubles while floating through the sky. If there is nothing up there, I will have you guys make some perception rolls, ask how far you go, ask relatively precisely, you know, do you fly through big clouds? Do you seek out huge clouds? Do you seek out little clouds?
Storm
Do you
clouds.
ask birds around? Do you go to storm clouds? And from there, it'll be then pretty easy for me to tell you whether or not you're going to find it.
fuck it.
Okay.
Indeed.
You pull Grugnug and like Din in to help with, and Amelia in to help with these enchantments.
Yeah.
Between the four of you, really pulling your power together. Are there any other mages that you want to pull in to kind of conduit power onto
Personally,
these?
I don't know any other mages.
Um,
So.
Cool.
I mean, we have. I mean, is Amelia around? Would she be able to help that?
Yeah,
Yeah. Or is she already there?
she would already be there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of the three that I named. Your three enchanter people, Din, Amelia, and Grugnug. The other sport talent kids don't have any kind of talent for enchantment besides Din, technically. But unless you want something to do with a mage map, he's not your guy.
Then listen,
Yeah.
buddy, if we find this place, you gotta remember real good where it's at.
Okay.
Real good.
Yeah. And who are you taking on this mission? Who's the crew? Your sloop can't hold a ton of people.
No, and I also don't want to take any of like our big boys, really, like any of the other Godwoken, because I want people still in town
What about Derek?
just in case
'Cause we have no idea.
something happens while we're away.
Sure.
Like we're leaving Oozle in charge with all of them. I
With
think it'd be
Raymond
good.
and-
So I think it would be better to take like maybe a couple of the kids or
We could take. I mean, we could take Frida.
healer.
Yeah.
Since
You know.
you guys have always suffered from healing
Yeah.
deficits.
And now we don't have any lay on hands.
Okay. Rita's on the list.
Do we want to take Aslo? He's kind of the scout.
Seer.
Yeah, the seer.
The seer man.
He can see through.
You can see through if you have any kind of magic that allows you to see through the mist, and you can cast that on him. You can see through the mist, but I don't think he has anything currently that allows him to do that.
Okay, that's not
I
part of his sport
do.
talent.
No.
Oh, okay.
So his sport talent, he got the far sight and the night vision, kind of from the outset. The sport talent, realistically, is that he absorbs spells that are sight based.
Oh, okay.
So if you cast a spell on him, he retains and can recall it basically at will. Now he might be able to train it into purposefully going into other things like seeing through mist and clouds and
Right.
shit.
Okay. That would take some
But
time.
he's been doing a lot of scouting. He's been doing a lot of work with the town guard, who are all like his cousins and stuff, and his townsfolk. And he has not been doing a ton of training.
Yeah.
You guys probably should bring somebody who can make some kind of repairs on the go, or do enchantment work.
Wheelchair man.
Bring.
See above the sky.
You can bring Ben. He might not be the best one because also things that he touch tends to fall apart.
Exactly.
He has the destruction side of things as well, and things that he builds using his sport talent are temporary. He can work on enchantments and he can do enchantment work, but using his actual talent's not necessarily going to be useful. Amelia would be much better for that because she can temporarily enchant things almost immediately. And so if you have like a real emergency, something's going down, she can spot repair immediately with that, and it won't fall apart afterwards.
Heck yeah. I like the idea of Amelia.
That puts you guys at 7 total with the 4 of you. 8 with Kenosi, but weight-wise, 7.
Perfect.
Is that all you require? You're not going to bring any kind of heavy hitter or anything like that, just in case?
I mean, we could bring like freaking. I mean, Mori could be good. Powered by a lot of sun up there. Very powerful.
Bring the plant.
You could bring the plant. Or could bring Alia.
Next to nothing he can come with.
She's got that massive ass hand that messes stuff up.
Yeah, Alia's
we
also
get-
very powerful. Caroline's powerful.
Yeah, if we get into like a crunch where we need like.
They're all
Another
very
beefy boy.
melee based. You could bring, let me remember names exactly so I don't fuck things up here.
Just bring Tino. Just throw him at people.
Just bring Tino, man. The slime kid is awesome. Super underrated. You could bring Monica, who condenses shadows and turns them into very real things. You don't have a whole ton of shadows to work with, but the ship makes its own shadow. You guys cast shadows and stuff. She would have enough to make shadow lances and bullshit to throw. She's not a get up in your face and punch him kind of thing, but you got it, Zelly, for that.
What about Mo?
And Ys. You could bring Mo.
How far is his breath? Is it like 30 feet?
So he can do, you've seen when he does a little bit of training, now that he doesn't almost murder himself every time he uses it,
Yeah.
he can produce gaseous clouds, or
Okay.
he can produce liquid spit. And the
Oh,
liquid
okay.
spit can go 30, 60 feet, depending on how hard he's trying. Of course, you get an altitude gain on it, and it's very much easier,
Right.
but heavily affected by the wind.
He would mention like
You guys also waking up this morning notice that he has a little trophy on his little shelf next to his bed.
Mo?
Just a little brass trophy.
Heck yeah.
It's a first place trophy
For what?
for the eating contest that happened on Fuck the Mad King.
Oh, heck yeah.
Good man.
Your guys' bar put it on.
Right. I don't have any trophies. Or else I would have given Tino a trophy.
you would imagine you're like giving chase to a ship and they just like cloud and you're like mist. I know where you're at, and you like go through it. It just starts.
It's just this horrid, acrid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your whole ship
I'm
just starts crumbling apart.
feeling Monica or Mo. If we want like range. I mean, we already have Aslo, and he has a bow. So.
Aslo does just have a regular bow.
A regular
Yes.
bow. So we got that.
Harwood's got an enchanted bow. A nice,
Yeah.
good bow.
Nice, good, sturdy.
As
enchanted
far as
bow.
it goes, you guys are pretty heavily weighted on the melee end of things with the two of you right now. Aslo, realistically, he's like third level.
He's there.
You know, he's got his bow. Is he going to be useful in combat to you guys? Probably not.
And
Very useful for his scouting and stuff.
Could just prep a bunch of melee or ranged spells
And
like
yeah.
snowball and all of that.
Call
Very
lightning
good.
and stuff. Because you guys do have your support pretty well up between Frida and Amelia.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do too. I want to do enchant the scorpion tail
Yeah.
with the carapace spell.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you have the money to do that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, you can do so. You know how much time it takes. You've got the okay.
Should I have things like air bubble and endure elements prepared? Like, are we gonna need? Do you think we'll need more?
You know,
Yeah,
If the
maybe just
enchantments
in
are
case.
in the conduit and the conduit is functioning,
Uh-huh.
you can throw raw spell power in
Mhm.
if it's hit by something that disrupts it or whatever to re-up it.
Okay,
Or
but it
if
wouldn't
one
have
of
to
us,
be
like,
those spells.
goes over.
specifically.
It does not have to be
It
those spells
could just be a spell
specifically. It just has to be a spell slot of
Okay.
appropriate power. Yeah, that's how
So I
conduits
might
work.
just prepare other spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, emergencies happen, but it'll be okay.
Who's the last person we want to bring?
Your got him.
She's probably
Preferably
dead.
like Grugnug, but he's probably pretty tied up.
She's probably dead.
You guys have him doing
One
a
of
lot of
mine is.
projects.
He's a busy boy.
And he has like personal things that he does when he just kind of like wanders off for about half of every day.
Let's bring Kay.
No.
Why not?
You know what? Hard no.
He's a fire hazard.
Him being alive
Yeah, but
is an issue.
imagine the chapter.
Imagine the chapter.
Imagine the
Yeah.
chapter in the book.
It would be fantastic. He would
Just
have
saying.
the bestest of time. You know what? I'm down. I'm so down to
I
bring
said we
Kay.
bring Kay on an
Just to
adventure.
force Ian to roleplay Kay the whole time.
Absolutely.
Feel like his own
We
little
love
version
Kay.
of the Hobbit.
Poor Kay, he doesn't really get to go anywhere. He just like,
That's what I'm saying. Come on.
but he's busy. He's writing. Like, he's not doing nothing. writing.
He's writing and he's making these explosives.
Yeah.
Or he
We
could
do need
be-
the explosives.
Could still be writing.
Could be practicing dropping the explosives.
Could be.
Yeah, that's the other thing is you could pick maybe a bit of a crew around here among the idea of tactically who are you honestly going to have in this ship for combat day. Because they do need to do some training in this, otherwise things are going to be kind of weird.
A little rough.
It's a whole lot different to shoot from a moving ship than
Yeah.
it is on the ground.
Yeah, well, and not only that, but like, Amelia probably is on ship crew when actual combat starts because that ship's going to be a huge target, and so having someone that can use these enchantments to counter magics coming at the hull and stuff like that would be very useful.
Yeah.
But she might not necessarily be spending the time right now of thinking like, oh yeah, what would be good enchantments for a flying ship, right?
I'm saying my votes are either like Mo or Mort.
Mo could potentially be a lot of fun.
Is it not Carapace? Is it Elemental Conduit?
I think it's elemental conduit is what you would.
He can kind of talk now, right? Can he still not talk at all?
He can talk, but he has to be careful because exhaling, of course, he does not control. He's always on.
Oh, okay.
So when he talks, he's going to produce a little bit of cloud regardless. But he can usually kind of wave it off. So when he speaks, he's very quiet.
Does
he's
he
very
still have the mask?
precise. He still wears the mask when
Oh,
he
okay.
reads.
Does it like come through the mask?
He can mumble through the mask, but when he speaks, if you want to understand him, he has to unhook it and kind of like give you the briefness and then rehook it. And basically what the mask does is it turns off his power
Yeah.
temporarily. And so he can breathe
Just-
in and out without
filters
producing.
it out.
Yeah.
Those are my votes.
Excellent votes. It's your ship.
Your shit.
Let's fucking send it. If those are your votes, let's. I'm down. Those are good decisions.
You could bring both.
Yeah.
Ori and Mo.
Fuck it.
All right, you
Do it.
gather the crew.
Flying adventure.
Part of the ship. Part of the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
We just started rewatching those. I watched the first one last night. Oh, you. I'm disappointed.
I'm sorry.
You gather.
No one tell her.
Okay.
Pull them all together. You get onto the ship after about a day's worth of enchanting. You guys set sail for the clouds. Now, this is where I ask. How far are you going? What kind of clouds are you looking for? Are you poking through clouds? What's going
Did
So
we
in
do
my
any research?
campaign-
What's the plan
The
in your
Cloud
campaign?
City
Okay.
is directly
No.
above the
Why?
biggest city in town because they're sister cities. So let's go to Goldshire and see if
Wanna
there's
add- do you maybe wanna
Cloud
add some
City
birds
above
before
Goldshire.
we-
Because that's how
before
my
we set
logic
sail?
works.
What
So that's
birds go
how
up
Ian's
that
logic works.
I was thinking like
I don't
really
fucking
tall
know.
mountains.
Yeah, which one
Like-
fly highest?
We're
A
Googling.
really tall mountain follows a similar line of logic. The really tall mountain, there is the really tall mountain above the Huntresses,
Yeah.
the Fey Woods.
Oh, shit.
In the Huntresses territory, there is the Iron Mountains, which are all very tall
Holy
mountains.
fuck, that's what I'm gonna be.
Oh my god. Swans? No.
Are you going for that? What are you going for?
What's closer, the Iron Mountain Dwarves or the Feywoods Mountain?
We're gonna.
The Fey Woods mountain would be a little closer, I believe.
She's gonna
the
ask
maps
some
in the
birds
office.
so we can maybe get some
Maps in the
context.
It's a map. It's a map. It's a map.
Roll it out.
It's the map.
I'm the map.
Okay.
I guess
Do we
Ian
wanna
doesn't
move
really
this?
need to see the map.
You're kind of equidistant from the tallest of the Iron Mountains. You're a little further.
Okay.
And of course, the mountains in the Fey Woods, much smaller area to handle. It is 3 peaks in all reality compared to the hundreds across the Iron Mountains. There are, of course, clouds directly above you. You could
Yeah.
check out on your way.
I say
That
we-
was kind of the plan, right?
say we be
so
looking
you're gonna
for, like-
you're gonna make
and
a
then just-
general.
I
Okay,
say
so
we
you're
look
not
for the
hitting like
thick
a
boys.
safe coasting because as you get higher, you're getting less air, less wind. Your speed is going to suffer the higher you go. So if you want to travel a far distance, taking low altitude and then scooting high as you get there is going to get you there much faster than hitting altitude and trying to maintain altitude.
Yeah, so I want to like go above where we're at. Just to
Uh-huh.
first make sure that we all don't die. It's like the test.
Check the enchantments. You want to do like a spike, and then if there's nothing, swoop down
Yeah.
and hit speed.
Just
Okay.
below cloud coverage.
And I do want to
Where-
ask some birds, see if.
And pre-birds.
What kind of birds?
Plan is heading
So
south.
there are quite a few birds that fly really high. A lot of
Yes.
vultures. There's
Yes.
swans. There's some
Yes.
other cranes, storks. So if there's any in the area,
Let's roll a circumstance and find out.
The white. That's not even that high.
You do not run into any of them currently.
For now.
For now.
We got a ways to go.
There is of course plenty of opportunity for that.
Yeah.
If you'd like to put your ship back on
So,
the viewing area.
all in favor of heading south?
Me over.
South, aye. Captain, charge.
Sure.
Whoosh.
Moosh.
You guys take an initial spike. Do you check out anything specifically on your initial spike, or are you pretty convinced that like the mountains are where you want to go?
I want to make a perception check. That's okay.
You're totally allowed to make a perception check. I just need to know how high you're going, and if you're going near
Yeah.
clouds, if you're trying to go so high that you see space, if you're going up at night,
So,
if you're going up during the day.
I would actually like
That's
to cast read weather before we head out.
Positively.
you know what? That's a good call. Could be a bad day for this. A fine day for sailing, but not a great day for
It gives
flying.
us the next 48 hours.
That's good. Locally, over the next 2 days, you are looking at partly cloudy, say 30% chance of a light rain. You're not looking at
So,
any crazy thunderstorms.
weather.
Yeah, it's rolling in from the ocean, pretty bog standard for things, but it's not. You're not looking at crazy weather soon.
Okay.
Your wind speed is lower than average, so your travel time's not going to be too terribly great, but there's a couple of things you can do
I
about
have
that.
spells for that.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So, let's handle this initial spike
Yeah.
first, this initial test. You gain altitude, your first pitch is exclusively an altitude gain.
Yep.
All right, there's not too many clouds in the sky, pretty clear you're doing this during the day or at night.
During the day.
During the daytime.
Say early morning.
Isn't it usually a floating island? Or like a city in the sky? Or like
I don't know. I've never heard of a city in the sky.
instead of like a cloud?
Yeah, none of you have ever heard of a city in the sky. I want to make that perfectly clear right
Did we
now.
not ask anybody?
No.
Like even Greg knows?
So this is a player endeavor. Harroway just wants to sail in the clouds.
Okay.
Because it gives us concealment.
Well, that and just like,
It just sounds really
cool.
fucking cool.
it was just like his dream.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what he
yeah.
told Vulcan. He was like,
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to be that guy.
I want to be the first airman.
Mm-hmm.
You hit cloud. You hit just below cloud level.
Dude, you need to get the cool
Everything's
goggles.
going cool. Your oxygen's fine. You're not feeling overly cold. You can feel like the sun beating down on you. Indoor elements, I'm going to rule, protects you from sunburn. So technically you're good. Do you go higher than just below the clouds?
Yes.
Okay. You peek out. You do notice that there is like this weird layer of air, and you kind of bunce through it, and clouds do not exist above that layer. It is kind of this general flatness to the clouds. The air is incredibly thin. You know for a fact there's no possible way that you could survive out here without those enchantments. Your enchantments are holding, and they are holding strong. You are good. You are good at this altitude at the speeds that you can travel.
How high are we?
Just above cloud level.
Very.
Which is
Stratosphere.
Yeah, it's
The one above that?
just above, I think, something like that. I can't remember the
I'm
name.
gonna look him up.
But there is that
Yeah.
you are at the level where cumulonimbus clouds.
yeah.
You are just at that top layer at
Mhm.
which they hang out.
So
If
What
at
do
any
you
point
like?
you guys want to interject with perception rolls or any kind of test,
When you
if
get up,
you want to try to tell them to steer the ship next to like a little puffball cloud, because it is partly cloudy, there's not a whole lot in the sky right now,
we're gonna
but
think you're
more will be coming,
insane.
and you want to show off your power to walk on it, now is the time to speak.
You're gonna think you're so fucking crazy. You're like, hey man, just let me up here. It's
yeah,
no
just let me
stop.
up here.
In Dragon Ball Z, that shit.
Yeah, so my idea was like
stratosphere is where most things fly, and the mesosphere is the one.
Which is how many
Yeah,
feet?
so you are just peeking into the mesosphere.
It gives me in kilometers.
You are high. It has taken a long time
high.
to ascend this
We're
high.
we're 11 to 50 kilometers right
Especially because no wind is actively helping you pick upwards.
right.
You do have help from Amelia and NVIDIA to produce artificial wind and artificial lift to help get you guys up there quicker, though. You notice once you get up there, you are almost exclusively on your ship's magical power to move around.
Cool.
now. Wind
31.
So like if you want to like dip the rudder in the cloud, you know, if you've got the dream of like dipping your rudder in the clouds and it splashing back like it's the ocean, you need to find enchantments and not rely on your physical sails.
Right.
Because they are not going to work up here.
Yeah. Okay.
when we get above the cloud line,
Yes.
I would like to make a perception check, looking for like thicker clouds.
Okay.
I would also like to look for maybe like parts in the clouds.
Sure.
You know, like those jets, they leave like that stream.
Yeah.
Just kind of like that part in the cloud.
Yeah.
Kind of like your part in the ice.
That's
in
what
the
it was.
sea.
Sure.
Body capacitance.
Let's do that.
That's the spell I was looking for.
Yes.
Probably not going to do it. today,
Body
but-
carapace. That's where it came. Carapace.
That's a
Yeah.
26.
Capacitance.
26. You spot out a couple bigger white puffy clouds hanging around. They're a little in the distance, nothing too terribly close. It is rather sparsely cloudy, as I
Okay.
had stated. So you don't see anything where like something jetted through the clouds and there's a part in them or anything like that. Especially because you don't even know of anything big that jets through clouds.
Seen an
Besides-
air balloon.
You've seen an air balloon, but that was
And-
nowhere close to
No.
cloud line.
And I can become a dragon. That's
You
it.
have, however, seen things part mist going through. So maybe, mists are just clouds on the ground. So, there you go. Things can do it. But you don't see any evidence of that up here. But there are some bigger clouds.
Are there any...
There's some clouds that look like they'd be a lot of fun to go, like, for you to go use your ability to go trounce over and stuff,
Who is the god of the sky here? Is that
Which
Zeus
one?
or is that someone else?
That is Zeus, yeah.
Is it just Zeus?
Okay, goodbye, Red D6.
Zeus can function very easily for that.
Imagine, the Lord Dragon probably. That's why.
The Lord
They
Dragon
fly.
would be in the sky, sure,
He
but
fly, nah.
did he spend time when he was alive in the clouds? Maybe.
Maybe? Probably
Some
not.
dragons certainly did, so probably, but how much attention would he have paid? What does he really care? And he hasn't been alive for thousands of years.
Maybe the city in the clouds is 1,000 years old. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe it came up afterwards, and he would just have no possible idea about it. So your suit's holding. There are some big clouds kind of scattered. They're nowhere near you right now, but with some enchantment work, you could make your way to a bigger cloud if there's anything about the clouds you want to fly through or investigate or bullshit like that. But you do not see some magical giant castle or anything like that.
Right.
30 miles in the air.
Yeah, so I mean, like, if there's giant clouds, are they southward?
Yeah, there's scattered around, and
Yeah.
your weather's coming in kind of westward, kind of from a west-south, and it sweeps north up the continent. So with NVIDIA's prediction, if you fly south, you're going to be flying into clouds.
Yeah, we'll dip down. Can I gauge roughly in like nautical miles how far away those clouds are?
Yeah.
It's almost the same science.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that is pretty close. It's not quite as easy
Yeah.
with the landscape so far below you. And their horizon line is the same, but right now, since they're so sparse, you can't use that as a reliable gauge.
Right. Maybe like an approximate.
You could guess anywhere between 10 to 20 miles.
Okay.
You're not terribly far.
Yeah.
And those ones from the south are slowly making their way towards you.
Beautiful. Yeah, we'll dip down again and just
Catch a
Head
little bit of air at least. Do you want to
Yeah.
dip down to like ground level where you're really going to catch wind, or
no.
are you going to stay relatively high? Because that's a lot of distance that you'd have to cover.
Yeah, I would want to stay like
You want to dip just below so your sails are almost useful.
yeah.
Okay. dip below, you start making your way that way, and the large clouds approach. Do you wish to go underneath the large clouds, over the large clouds, straight fucking through?
What
Hold
do you
next
say?
to the cloud.
Do you want next to it?
You want
Hold
to
next
pull
to
up
the
next
cloud.
to it? You want to go broadside with the cloud?
I guess, yeah, we'll start
Yeah.
taking. He's very insistent. The man threatens people with peanut butter, so like, I don't want that. It's like partially frozen. The peanut butter is not protected.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I keep most of it in my bag of holding.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you do
entire
notice
purpose.
as you've been spending the greater part of this new day doing this, you see much more clouds starting to come up on the horizon as the weather predicted is in earnest starting to make its way to you.
Hold next to the cloud.
You pull up next to the first big puffy cloud, you reach.
Yeah.
Hey, let me go check this out.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna
Wait.
hop over the edge of the ship.
Help! He's jumping!
Yeah.
He's suicidal!
I can't fly. Don't look at me.
The ship like, do you like scrape the cloud or are you afraid that it's solid?
Yeah, we
How
like
far?
touching, the outskirts of it.
Yeah,
We're
you're
still
like
kind of
you're
misty.
like just kind of hitting that little bit of misty where like vision is kind of obscured on that
Yeah.
end, but you still have clear sight of before. Yeah.
I want to make a grapple attempt.
Using
Me. That's all
what
I
do you
got.
mean using you.
I want to try to stop him.
Oh,
Him.
oh, okay. I thought you meant against the cloud.
No,
like
no,
you
no.
would try to anchor.
No.
Okay.
I would like
Yeah.
to prevent.
First off, initiatives to see if you have the opportunity to. Since your initiative is so high, you probably will.
What did you roll?
An 8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you do have the opportunity to try to grapple East as you see him going to mount the gunnel.
Check it out.
Man
And he's like,
overboard.
I'm going to go check it out, guys.
Yeah, let me pull up my grappling there.
That's why I have air step.
That's a. Shit, I can't math. 25.
Does that beat your CMD?
No, my CMD is 27.
You go and you just kind of like grab his calf for a brief moment and he just kind of like boots you off and dives.
He like takes off his hat.
You just hear like a.
Yeah, there's kind of like a wet thwack because I assume you dive belly first.
Oh yeah, can I make like an acrobatics to try to land that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still have disadvantage.
You don't have to fall too terribly far, so.
Yeah.
Heavily penalized for walking on a terrain of which you've
It's a
never walked
19.
before.
A 19?
19 acrobatics.
It's not such a meaty thwack. You most certainly don't take any damage, but it is not
Sweet.
graceful by any means.
I don't think they saw anyways.
Yeah, you collide and everybody hits the gunnel and looks overboard, and there is East
Oh,
existing on this cloud.
oh,
We've done it!
these things are not soft.
What do you mean they're not soft? I like wave my hand through it.
Yeah, there's like a chunk of cloud that comes
I'm
up
just
on
gonna,
it,
like-
and you just like disperse it
I'm gonna like
immediately.
walk up some like mist stairs, you know, just make my own
Yeah,
stairs.
you gotta like kind of climb.
Yeah, like climb up there. I'm like, guys,
East
It's
is now
fine.
standing on the cloud, just
I'm
at
gonna
eye
jump
level
off
with you.
and turn into a like one of those vultures. The griffin.
No, why is everyone jumping?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
spring off and you immediately start falling through the cloud.
Yeah, and I'm like
And
trying
you
to fly around
turn it.
him to see what the fuck he's talking about.
You can fly immediately underneath his feet, and no interference with you at all.
How are you doing that?
Dragon God, listen. Dragon Lord, whatever.
There's
You didn't
no
know I could do
dragons.
this?
Buddy,
You ever needed to know I could do this? This never come up?
what are you doing?
This was like one of my best talents back when I was at home. Yeah, whenever a cloud of mist would walk in, I'd just like walk up the stairs, people would crap their pants.
Bro, like he's
One old
supposed to
lady thought I
peanut
was a
butter.
witch.
Why is walking on clouds so alarming?
Is it the peanut butter that does it?
Maybe. Do you want some?
No, I'm allergic.
Oh, okay.
He's not allergic.
I know. So I think if there's a cloud city, it's not on this cloud.
How do you figure?
You've only been on the outskirt. There's a lot of cloud
Do you
behind
wanna go
you.
hiking,
Start
buddy?
walking through the cloud.
Yeah, he just turns around and just starts leaving the party. You guys put your sails at full so you keep pace with this cloud.
Can I
You
make
are
s-
losing track. You're going north because the cloud's
Can
going
I make some perception checks?
around the cloud. Sure.
Yeah.
And you're gonna fly through and around the cloud. NVIDIA.
Yes.
All right. Yes.
Fog vision. Great.
Only close though. It's not like clouds just don't exist to you. You can still
23.
see clouds.
Yeah.
you have to kind of focus it, and it does give you a certain radius. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're kind of beaming through.
23.
There's nothing here.
Nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna walk back.
And you're flying through. It is a cloud.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah, I was just curious as to how he was doing it.
There are more clouds getting closer, relatively.
Sweet.
Cool.
You board ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back on the ship. Yeah, there was nothing there. Yeah.
Just tell me now. I fucking hell, dude.
Yeah, everybody on the ship was super wide-eyed about that. Aslo's like sitting on the on the prow, like, what the fuck?
How has this not come up?
How about the crow's nest? There, it's even better.
This is like one of my things. What? She turns into an animal. She can kick people and jump really high. You have a sword and a flying ship. And I can walk on clouds.
I do more than that. I drink too.
I drink.
Me too. Like I wasn't adding that on there.
The kids have a good chuckle over that one, and then realize that you're just being serious. And kind of pipe down.
Yeah.
Up in the crow's nest, there's a call from
90%
Aslo.
of my power
Okay.
comes from boobs.
Call from Aslo.
I can't quite make it out, but one of the clouds coming up has like a hole in the middle.
Portal.
Portal in the clouds.
Portal in the clouds.
Portal in the cloud. Hole in the middle.
Like the cloud curls like a donut, you know?
Like a whirlpool, like what you were talking about.
No, like it's not spiraling. It just kind of like doesn't exist.
Wait,
Like the center of it's not there.
well, let's go then.
Well, I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Woo!
You guys do that.
City in the
Point
clouds.
me onwards.
That one.
Set a course for that one.
Of course, for that one.
Yeah. You guys start floating over to another cloud out of a rather large group.
So like, do your sails like not work at all?
If you are above the clouds, they do not work at all. If you are at or below the cloud level, they work at very, very small efficiency.
I'm gonna start messing with the sails.
And at ground level, depending on the wind speed, they can work pretty well.
I'm gonna start messing with the sails and act like I know what I'm doing.
Immediately, Amelia's just like starts begging you to stop, as she has been enchanting them to like catch wind better and stuff.
Captain,
And
I'm
has the
figuring it
position.
out.
She's like, no, please. And the ship starts like wobbling around and veering off course. And eventually, Maury comes over and puts a hand on your shoulder and goes like, I think we should leave this to the smart people.
Damn it. Okay. I'm not one of them.
And they immediately like get back on course.
Brother.
Where did Alex go?
I think
Outside?
important phone call.
Oh, got a phone call.
Oh.
It must be important, or we would have.
Must be important. Because I need to know
Interlude.
where the captain's bringing the ship up to and stuff. So interlude. Any new stories from y'all?
I
So-
got a tooth pulled. That wasn't fun.
Oh,
No.
yeah, that's right. You did get that
It's
done.
not fun.
I saw
And
a
then
fight break out
I-
at work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, between
Yeah.
like customers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit was crazy. It was at like 2 a.m. I was working the drive-thru, and I was
Where are you working?
I work at Taco Bell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
one?
The one right on North.
Oh, yeah,
right,
yeah,
Right by the
yeah.
college. Yeah, crazy shit. Anyways, so I'm working there, working the drive-thru, right? I'm going, and I just see like this chick, like surrounded by like 3 other chicks, just come up to this lady. And she's like walking real, but I'm like, what's going on? And then she's just like, bam, 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 and like starts taking her to the
No
ground.
words, just openers.
No words, just openers. And I'm like, oh my God. So I like go to the back of the store and like go to my manager. I'm like, guys. There is a cat fight outside right now. He's like, Donald, I don't give a fuck about 2 cats. I'm like, no, it's 2 women. They're fighting right now.
I don't give a fuck about
2 women outside.
people.
And then we all just like come and crowd over the window and then call the cops. I had to talk to the cops. Yeah, it was a time. It was a time.
Did they break off and go away, or did they get arrested?
Yeah, dude, it was kind of lame. It only lasted like 30
They just-
seconds.
Yeah, it was just one of those quick little
Week. Could have kept going if you asked me, but
little
yeah.
high school spat.
Yeah, no, they were not high schoolers. They were definitely 40-year-old crackheads.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah, like jail time. Yeah. It was great. Oh, we also had someone pee in the trash can this time.
Nice.
Like in the bathroom?
Yeah,
With the toilets?
right there. Yeah. You could arguably say the toilet's right there. Yeah, it was in the get this. It's in the girls' bathroom.
Huh.
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah, this is a women problem.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
You know, that's what we be doing.
Look, it's the
Sometimes
only time I've
thing.
heard about it, I guess.
Something. My manager like texted me that like on Snapchat at like
Yeah.
2 in the morning. So that was the thing I woke up to. It was just a picture of piss in the trash can.
That's so fucked up.
And I was like, why?
That's disgusting.
He's like, I had to clean it. Fuck you.
That's strange.
I had to suffer, so you have to suffer.
I don't have any fun stories. I worked until, you know, like an hour.
You don't
or
have
two
any funny
later
stories,
than
but you
I
have
should.
what, 3 cloud cities in your campaign?
Yeah.
How do they work? Or are those trade secrets? You've already given away one.
Yeah. So basically, like the clouds are legit just clouds,
Uh-huh.
but it's a fae magical world. So like they're just air beings who live up there.
Oh,
Sure.
So it's
like,
kind of
they're
like
just
an
big
air
chillin'.
elemental.
It's
city
like how
going
the
on.
plane of air functions.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're just big chilling up there.
Nice.
And then like part of the royal family is the air people, like
Yeah.
the air tribes. So they like.
So what, are there like
Connected
trams
cities.
you can just like commute?
So that is
They
a
got
secret.
cannons and they just like
Because
shoot you.
only
Like
the
Sea of Thieves
best,
style, like
like the upper levels of society
Oh,
are
okay.
allowed into Cloud City, and y'all, if you play,
Bezos
will
can
have
take
to,
his rocket, but I
You gotta work your way in.
gotta just sweat it in an Amazon shop and pee in a bottle.
yeah.
Well, no,
or a
you
trash
can
can.
go to the Amazon shop and get
You pee in a trash
cool
can.
things. Actually, like I have Amazon Good Company in my campaign. I'm not even joking. It's fantastic. It's guarded by Bezos security system, which are just flying bees. One of my favorites.
dumb.
That's awesome. No, I love that. I love that.
It's great.
You can think it's dumb.
Oh, I love that.
There's
That's
also a
dumb.
maze where you guys can go to get like a Earth Guardian to help Spirit to help you guys fight in.
Or
this-
get lost and die.
Well, no, you won't. It's not set up for you to die. That's not the point of
Hey.
the maze.
But it's possible.
Hey.
Nothing that I set up is set up for you guys to die,
Fuck
and
you.
boy, you've tried.
I don't believe you for 1 second.
All I'm saying is every single puzzle that you have almost killed yourselves in has a relatively simple solution.
In this one shot I was telling you about, I just built a bunch of different dungeons, and one of them is just straight up for you to die.
Yeah,
It's fun.
One of those just hellish rooms. Go till
Yeah.
you fail.
The worst thing is like it doesn't kill you right away. It's just so fucking.
It whittles you down.
It whittles you down.
But see, I love the concept of that, but in practice, is that just not going to make your players hate you?
It's one shot.
Yeah, if it's a one shot, I love
Yeah, people. I want to show up and have a bad time playing D&D for one.
It's like funny. Fuck you. You know, not just like straight up. Oh, you're dead, or oh, you lose everything and get out of
Sure.
my room.
Get out of my
like,
house.
Leave.
Goodbye.
No, it's like oh, you got like slime in the face or whatever.
I had my first time ever playing Dungeons and Dragons. Was one of Ty's friends was trying to DM it, and they didn't read the rule book. They didn't do much of anything. They were just kind of like, you know what, we're going to try to get into this. Got a little crew together. We didn't make character sheets. They just kind of said, yeah, you have a character, and this is kind of what you do, and you
Wow.
look in the book to see what your role bonuses are. And I was playing like a ranger, and we're going through this forest, and he's just got like this little pre-made campaign.
Funny enough, that was my first class too. Was Ranger.
Yeah. And he was like, okay, so there's a fork in the path, left or right. And I'm like, okay, are there like any discernible features about this at all? And he's like, just pick. It doesn't. I don't think it really matters. I mean, it just goes. They go to
Oh,
different
that's-
thing, but I think it doesn't matter. And I'm like, yeah,
That's-
okay, whatever. Left.
That just gets rid of the.
And he
the
like
wonder.
looks at the pre-made campaign and he flips to the section where it's like, yeah, go left. Yup. And he's like, okay, so you guys failed a perception roll and the whole party falls into a pit trap and dies. That's Alex. That's new Alex. He was at the 4th of July party? Oh, you didn't show up to the 4th
Yeah,
of
we
July party.
didn't come,
Yeah.
unfortunately. We
He's
had
a
a
friend.
bad day.
Yeah, it
I'm
happens.
sorry.
It's all right. It was my fault. I'm a female.
Boo.
And got way too emotional
Boo.
over dumb
Oh, yeah, we gotta
things.
close these curtains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's also like toasty as fuck, or am I just fat? Like I don't know.
It's toasty. The swamp cooler doesn't do an amazing job, and unfortunately, you're catching all the late day sunlight to your back in this room.
Fair.
So it is a harsh time. Yeah, that was my first ever. It was one session. It's like, yeah, the party dies, and they all just kind of like look at each other and it's like, and I'm like, what? That's it? Are you serious? Like, I guess I guess we make new characters and start again.
Okay.
And I was like, no, and just walked away. For the longest time, I thought that was just how dungeon. I thought it was like those choose your path adventure books. You know, I thought it was
Yeah.
basically just like that. Until I started playing with Chris and made Sir Smiles III, the god that you guys have interacted with, and things changed a lot. You turned your mic off for your whole phone call, right? Okay. I was like, I really hope that you did just get a voiceover for that whole thing.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
You get your mic on now?
Yeah.
We're ready to rock and roll?
Yeah,
I
they
just
would
want-
have an emergency.
Yeah, I just want cabbage. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter. Like,
it happens.
Just pick up onions and cabbage. Like, who cares?
Sorry, I worked so much last night. Like I stayed late, and then today was my day off, and I still had to go in anyways. So I worked for like another
Oh.
6 hours today,
Oh,
and so like I was there until 11. Went right back at 9 this morning. We're supposed to have this walk where corporate's gonna show up, and they're gonna like. It's so much fun, and guess who didn't
They don't
fucking show up?
Corporate.
right. All I'm saying,
Thank you
I
for fucking me
feel-
out of my day off.
I feel bad for you. All I'm saying is, if I was corporate and I was getting like some half-hearted complaints that one of my stores was dirty or whatever, I would totally call them and be like, yeah, I'm doing a random inspection, making sure that everything's like spick and span enough to think, and then I wouldn't show up either because I knew that they would then clean it. Because a lot of times, like general managers and stuff, if you call and you're like, hey, you're like an upper management person, you're like, hey, your store's dirty and you need to clean it. I've seen photos or whatever. They'll be like, yeah, of course, I'll get right on it, and then they don't because that's how the store got dirty in the first place, is that they're slacking. And so saying I'm going to inspect the place is actually way better. It really sucks that they pulled you in off your day off, and they most certainly should not do that kind of bullshit either. But
That's what I get. I put on the big boy pants. I have to wear them.
yeah,
That's why they
that
pay
is
me more money.
unfortunately some of the responsibility that gets taken on. But
You
we should get
paid
paid
more
more
money?
money. You guys are heading towards the cloud with the
Cloud
donut
hole.
hole in the middle.
There's a
I
cloud
actually
butthole.
Yeah, I
got
was here for
paid.
that.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
see. So
I'm.
How are you approaching? Are you planning
$39
on?
per hour today.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you planning on broadsiding
say
and
we
just
go-
having East walk to the donut? Are you planning on pitching up on top and letting it pass under you? Are you going to ram the ship straight through?
We just part it.
Like the Red Sea.
I wanna go-
It's a very large cloud, right? You're if your ship is this big, you're talking
Okay.
cloud.
Yeah. I want to go.
You're talking
over
like
it
a
and
cloud that
kinda let
covers
it-
5 acres of land cloud.
Yeah, I
you
want to go
know?
over it and kind of let it come to us.
Sure. Yeah, you
Cumulus.
hit up into the mesosphere. You
probably
slow
faster
down
that way
in
anyway.
totality, and you let it swoop kind of underneath you, nice and gently.
Now we're like 40 miles in the air.
Perception check.
Perception check.
Oh, can I make one of those?
Yeah, you're on the ship.
Can I? Ooh, that was a 19 on the dot.
Perception?
It's a 14, which isn't bad.
That's not terrible.
It's a 3 on the die.
Got 39.
That's
I got
better than 13.
I got 33.
Okay.
25.
And 25. The ship rolls under you. There's just kind of like this foamy filament, like a dome almost, kind of strange. It just doesn't look like a whole lot of anything. It could be more cloud, just in a different shape. You guys see a semi-translucent half dome structure, and on the inside there's little, what color are the tufts? Little blue-green trees, and there's like blue grass on kind of what looks like ground. There's like a donut disc of ground inside this thing, and you see little tendrils of this semi-translucent dome that connect to them and expand down into the cloud. And the cloud is condensed around this thing.
And it's like hollow in the center.
It
There's no
appears to be.
translucency. We're aiming for the
Make haste!
boys. Yeah.
It's kind of like greenhouse,
Okay.
glass
yeah.
dome, and it kind of comes through. If I'm not describing it well enough, you have your dome that goes over,
Right.
and there is a circle of land,
Gotcha.
and these
okay.
kind of like structures that come out like this and connect
Okay.
to the dome.
Oh, is it like a flat circle?
We aim
Yeah,
for that.
it is. It
Like
is.
a disc.
It is perfectly circular like a disc. However, it is seated into the cloud, so you don't know
If there's under.
if there's
okay.
under depth to this. But from what you see,
That could be like a
because then
fishbowl.
these kind of come out like this, like these kind of pillar structures connecting it to
Okay.
the translucent dome.
Yeah, absolutely. We're aiming for that. We're setting to
Make haste, absolutely.
You're aiming for that, as in
We don't even know
I
you.
want to try to anchor to it.
We don't even know
you're on top of it and you're going to drop anchor.
Yeah. But
Okay.
like gently.
Like, okay,
Gently.
that matters. That does matter.
If you want, I mean, I could just walk down there. And
It
see
could be
what's
like,
going on. Like
it could just fall through. So like, I'm not just gonna throw the anchor.
Okay.
We're gonna like walk it down.
Yeah, you're very slowly walking the anchor down. Maury helps out with that. East helps out with that because they're the strong lads.
I'm just watching.
The anchor touches the top of it, and it kind of divots and then starts rolling, and it rolls off. And so it has it's got like a plastic texture to
Okay.
it.
Is it like a bubble wrap?
Like a bubble wrap bubble.
Okay.
Where it hits and it kind of divots, but it's sloughing off.
God, do we burst the bubble?
Oh, that's probably
How
how,
do
they
we-
live.
How do we get in?
I don't know.
From what you see, there is space
You know, like signal flares and stuff.
where this would be
They're
open
like a
air.
question one?
There's the
Gotcha,
land, there's
okay.
the outside edge. There would be open space here because you do see these support columns connecting
Okay.
it.
Yeah. We'll
So
try to
you
kinda
might be able to kind of under
there like
scoop it.
scoop into
Is there
there.
like a friendly flag we should be flying?
I have like a white flag in the captain's quarters.
I'm not surrender.
That's right.
It's friendly enough.
Friendly. It's friendly.
You
It's better than
guys
the red one. I can put that one up if you'd like.
dip into the cloud. East, you are the only one who can see. Perception.
Fantastic.
And you can only see so far in front of you.
Not bad.
So long as you focus on your cloud
City,
sight.
Cloud
33, baby.
City.
33 is good. As you descend below, this structure, it is a flat disc
Okay.
that makes it up, and it sits right. There's kind of a curve inwards
Okay. Like the
to
bubble.
the jelly structure, and
Okay.
then there is this disc inside. There is open air that you can navigate through, but there are these tendrils of this structure
Okay.
that
Do
are
we see?
descending down.
Find something to attach the anchor to.
Is there like anything else? Any like sign of any other things flying up here or?
With a 33, there is attached to the outside this milky white thing, and it is
Thing.
clinging to the outside.
What's-
It looks kind of like a roly-poly,
Yo.
like a roly-poly shell clung to this.
Don't attach the anchor to that. But like.
Okay.
You only see the one.
Is that the only? Is there anything solid I can grab it? You said there were like tendrils.
There are of this like plastic substance, and you haven't gone up and touched it with your hands, so you don't know if it's gooey, you don't know if it's semi-solid, but you do know that the anchor displaced it and did not catch. It's not like stone or
Okay.
glass.
How far away are we from that?
You can be however far away you desire. You got to be at least within 120 feet of it for you to be looking at all.
Because I
this.
do kind of want to go see if it's like strong enough to hold an anchor, so we don't just.
You want to
rip
drop
it.
towards like the bottom of the cloud where they kind of taper.
Yeah.
You see, they do not descend below the cloud. They are all very soundly set inside.
Yeah.
Coming east.
Yeah. What's up?
What do you got?
Finding some weird looking tendrils. They look to be made out of the same substance that the dome is, but I'm not sure how solid it is to attach that. I'm sending stuff. To attach that to the, to the anchor. I'm not
He
sure.
could be standing right next to you. You guys are on the same ship.
we're just sitting
Or
there.
did you like walk into the cloud? Because you can leave the ship anytime you want now that you're in the clouds.
Let's just say I walk into
It would
the
probably be
cloud.
safer for you to walk in and just try to like bunce the dome
Yeah.
or one of the tendrils or something
Yeah, I wanna
without
do
trying
that.
to navigate the ship.
Do you want like a tether wrapped to you if we need to like yoink you back or something?
Yeah, you got long rope, right?
I mean, it's a ship.
It's a ship,
I have
man.
a
It's a
fucking
ship.
rope.
It's made of rope.
Like what's the dimensions of this?
This area here, this entire structure, covers about 3.5, 4 acres of land.
Listen, it doesn't even have
So-
to be a city, right? If I can find life up here,
So it could be like a farmstead,
made.
you know?
Yeah.
Dragon.
Let's go up and grab it. How's it
Yeah.
feel?
The tendril,
Yeah.
it feels like a fortitude save.
oh,
Oh.
it's a jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
Cloud jellies.
Cloud jelly. That's a 24, my friend.
You are good, but you feel a small pain go through your hand.
Harroway,
Yeah.
it hurts.
What do you mean it hurts?
The tendril hurts.
Well, like, what kind of hurt?
It it just stung me.
It stung you.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever met a jellyfish out in the wild there?
No.
In the oceans and whatnot?
No.
So,
They went on an ocean adventure. I didn't go.
Oh,
I
well.
sat on the beach.
I sat on the beach.
So like bee sting? Like what are we talking about?
Bees?
It didn't like leave a mark. Is it like kind of red on my hand?
You
Is it,
made a
like,
good enough fortune save. It did not leave a mark, but you feel like if you got tangled in earnest, oh yeah.
It would have been like all like.
Could you like go
pusty
see what he's
and-
on about?
What's the length of the ship? What's the length of the ship?
About that. Maybe a little less
So-
technically.
If I
not in scale
attach,
to that at all. So yeah, you're looking at like
but
a
was
40-foot
it
ship.
strong
40-foot
enough to
ship.
hold
That's what I
the
need.
anchor though?
It tapers down as it goes, and when you did touch it, it's not necessarily slimy, but it is very moist
Okay.
and slick.
Is there
So-
anything like upwards, like
There's the
into
dome.
the hole?
The dome does have a curl over to its
Okay.
structure, so there
Into
might
the
be
dome.
like a pocket inside there.
Could the ship fit inside of the dome?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Guide me
Okay.
there.
So
I could, or if you
It
want,
might be
I
a little
could,
bit of
like-
work to navigate it through those tendrils, though.
I could walk up and try to see the side of the dome first. That way we're not just flying into a giant sky jellyfish.
There is no cloud inside the dome. You cannot just walk
Oh
in.
crap.
You
That's
can
my
get
one thing.
You can get to the base level, but there's going to be like this 30-foot gap between you and the actual
Okay.
plate,
But like I could,
where
I
there
could,
is no cloud.
I could see like some stuff.
You can see the bottom of it. Yes.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay.
I mean,
there
you have a
is
tether,
there is
you
a
could just
curl over.
Walk me in.
I could, I suppose. Yeah.
You want to lead him in?
Sure.
Yeah. I need some kind of ride check from you. I need some kind of assistant roll to navigate him
You profession sailor.
to avoid these tendrils. And you are
I'm a
bird
trapper,
still.
bro.
yes.
And are you going to fly around and investigate anything?
I mean, I was gonna.
I got
Yeah, I'll
geography.
cast a spell for us. I don't know what the hell these guys are doing. I'm gonna center it on the center of the ship.
I got
And you
knowledge
just
geography.
see the bird kind of start scooping as much like cloud towards her as possible, and like get this little ball
that
of
like a
cloud, and then
maiden dance or
it
something?
disperses. And in a
Oh, yeah, you feel
40-foot
that in
cylinder that is also 40
Bro,
feet
not
high,
cool.
I have calmed the air. So it disperses all fog, clouds, and mist, so we can
Okay.
see.
yeah.
We're not breathing anything bad, whatever. Yeah.
you start
Yeah.
pulling in. What's your drive?
Yeah, I was gonna spend 3 prestige on this. As
Okay,
well.
that's probably a good idea because these
Well,
tendrils are kind of.
Did you want like a geography check or something?
That would help.
Yeah,
Sure, you
sure.
can do that.
So, and I have it centered on the ship. So if you guys are past the ship, then it's not gonna hit you.
That's the third 19 I've rolled.
But we can see
Yeah.
it. So
That's good.
Total of 30.
That's
for the
good. You're
geography.
giving good assistance here.
Hold on, I can't math.
Me either.
I'm too gay for this.
it's one of your Dragon Balls.
Yeah, exactly. How many points per prestige?
4.
4. Wow, so 46. Profession sailor.
46 plus the bonuses granted from that geography. You are able to navigate in without running into any of these tendrils in a major way. Every now and then, there's just the slightest bump against the ship. It does not seem to deal damage to the hull of the ship.
Does it leave like an ooze or anything, like a trail?
kinda
There is
gross,
a
yeah, it's on my
there's a very
hand.
small bit of ooze. Upon inspection, it is condensation from the cloud.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is just wet.
Okay.
You guys get there, and East, as you are standing at this lip, pulling them in, the cloud gives out from under you,
What?
and you plummet towards the ship.
Ah!
I need a reflex save for half damage.
Do you think this thing is an
Another
animal?
19. Oh my god. I don't have great reflexes.
I
That's
don't
a
know animals
24.
either.
A 24?
Yeah.
I mean,
That
we
is
could
good enough
test
for
it.
half damage.
I just have to go try
As
to
you
touch it.
thud
Runs
onto the hull of
away,
the
you
ship,
know?
total is 10, so only 5 points of damage.
Ah! Bam!
As you guys see, like, the outline of East, as he's, like, pulling the rope towards you guys, and you're on the sending zone, he's just like, all right, yep, park it in, pull it in,
Pull it,
coming
you're
up.
good,
All right,
you're
you're
good.
kosher. Like, the minute he's like, you're golden, and you just start rising, and he puts that in his pocket, you see his feet appear, and then the rest of him just plummets straight on.
Try to grab the cloud.
Yeah. You grasp at and you like grab the cloud, but the ship's still rising, and so it just disappears underneath you, and you just right onto the hole.
Oh shit.
You guys pull the ship in and up to level with this platform. It is not dirt. It is more of this jelly-like substance. And on top of it is this film of moss. There is what looks like plant life. There are some small ground vines with these bulbous fruits that are floating. And there are what appear to be trees with this this very excuse me, very light gray, almost translucent bark, and these blue-green bushy tops, kind of like the Lorax. Those trees. That's the shape of it.
Truffula trees.
Yeah, truffula trees, where it's got the trunk and then the puff at the top.
Okay.
That is the shape of it with that color scheme.
Is there a
Beautiful.
place of origin from the comer?
Of what?
The cylinder? Do I see the center of the cylinder?
Yeah, it's in
It's
Didia.
the center of the ship.
It's the buzzard.
Ship, part of the crew.
Where'd the cloud go?
I dispersed it
Why?
so we could see.
It's like my one thing.
You took this from me.
You just went off. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't see
I have a
anything.
crick in my neck.
Listen, right.
That's not my problem.
I like you guys well enough, but I didn't want to take a jellyfish sting. Been peed on one too many times in my life.
There are
preemption?
very sparse patches of purple moss
Okay.
on
Okay.
the ground, and usually hanging out near these fruit-bearing plants, the fruit that floats, these viney things, kind of look like melon, like watermelon plants,
Oh.
and the fruit then floats and pulls the vines upwards.
It's just all just vegetation though. There's no signs of houses
I'm getting there. There's no signs of houses.
Okay.
No. There are also little ferns, air ferns
Yeah.
that hang out in trees.
Oh yeah.
They are hanging out, however, they are floating upside down, and they float through the air. Their root systems going upwards have little
Dope.
bubbles of gas in them that are
I love
keeping them
that.
afloat.
Hmm.
Can I fly up and kind of like, just in a small little spiral, sort of between the column of calm air that I have and like over the area where we've sort of tethered, and cast Lay of the Land, get some familiarity.
I mean,
with-
right? Like, sorry. go
Yeah.
ahead.
It's relatively sparse. You can see from one end to
I
the
mean,
other, these
bigger
trees
thoughts.
are not abundant. These plants are, these little ground vines are not abundant. The moss covering is all encompassing. There is life.
Yeah.
One of the first things that you notice as you came up into the inside, that thing that is clinging to the outside of the dome, has a face,
What?
and it has 10 legs that are clinging and poking holes into this jelly-like substance, and it has this circular mouth with teeth, and it is sucking on the
What
outside.
did I grab?
You don't have this. It's on the outside of the dome. It's that little pill bug.
Did it have the
Thing?
tendril?
No, it's not on the tendril. It's on the
What
dome.
did I just grab?
No. This is that thing that you notice coming in that's on the dome.
Okay. Okay.
And it is large now that you're
Like,
closer to it.
Is it bigger than the ship?
It's
or
like twice the size of a bear. Large.
whoa. What
So,
color? You said
Also
like
hanging
white?
out on the inside, some of the first things that you guys see, there are hanging around the floating ferns are what look like spiders. And they are floating as well. There
out, we're
is
going home.
a second bubble on their abdomen, and they seem to float from that
Oh, I love
face
that.
downwards. You have some other small bugs that are kind of buzzing around, generic looking flies and shit like that. Inside the moss are pretty abundantly these slug-like creatures, these flatworms that are making their way around, some of them very brilliantly colored. And you have these little gecko-sized lizards, and they have what appear to be dragonflies' wings.
Okay.
Oh.
Terrifying.
Yeah, and as you fly around, a small cohort of like 5 of them make their way towards you.
Okay.
Do you do anything with that?
So I'm wondering, like, with this spell, with
They're
like
really
gathering
Do they like belly
familiarity with the
buttons?
region, do I get any insight as to like if any of these mosses are poisonous, or if these bugs
Sure.
are aggressive, or like, do you want me to make
the
a
mosses
geography?
are not poisonous. The purple moss holds a little bit of magical power.
Okay.
Some of the flatworms found within the moss are 100% poisonous.
Okay. Purple moss good. Moss worms not.
You get the feeling that the fruit from these ground vines is edible, and that the little lizards are predators
Okay.
Flying towards you.
Flying towards me.
and are potentially venomous.
Turn into one of them. Flex on them.
Turn into
I
one.
can't turn into magical creatures. I don't think.
Are
You
they
didn't
magical
describe
now?
them
You
as
can-
magical.
Yeah. They're obviously magical
They're
creatures.
just lizards with wings. It could be anything.
Magical.
Doesn't have to be magical.
All kinds of things have wings.
Their
Yeah.
origin could have been magical, but they may not be magical anymore.
This is
Could
true.
be a spell weapon.
You also, with the cast of that and having flown over, there are bones of a couple swans
Oh.
inside this thing.
Suckers.
What are you right now?
I'm a vulture.
Picking at one of the bones is one of the lizards.
I want to
They're
take one
coming
home.
for your ass.
Cool.
Imagine how fucking
I'm gonna
ecstatic
fly
they
away.
would
I'm
be
not
if
trying
it
to
was like,
fight
here's
these
this lizard that
lizards
only
You
right
are not
now.
faster than them.
Cool.
How big are they?
They're
How much do
gecko
you
size,
weigh
no
as a
bigger
rabbit?
than this. But the
I'm a
dragonfly
vulture.
wings make
Oh,
them
but yeah.
very
Rabbit,
lickety
I can
split.
just catch
Yeah,
you.
yeah, but that'll use up one of my like shifts, my wild
Oh,
shapes for the day.
just thinking. Fire the
Aggressive
cannons.
thunder target. Don't need to be able to shoot him if I can zap him.
So like how? So these little tendrils connect to the dome. So
Yes.
there's like the space, and this is just. Like
And then there's
wall?
like a 50-foot gap where
Okay.
these columns connect, and yeah, that is just falling into the cloud for anybody but you, basically, to utter peril.
Can I roll a knowledge nature, just like dialing back a little as we're going past the tendrils? Do I recognize, like, they look like anything I've seen in the ocean?
They totally look like a jellyfish, yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, I get what you're asking.
Okay, cool. But like obviously, right? It's positioned in a way for things to be able to land in here. Like, there's no way that's a coincidence.
Right. I kind of want to see what's up with the shell.
Go around the outside, and
Yeah.
do you want to drop
Okay.
down onto
I
the
want-
cloud and climb your way
I
out?
want to touch one of these things first.
It is Gumby,
Oh, okay.
but
Is
it
there
does
like
not
a-
sting you.
I do like a nature roll, or maybe like.
Probably. What I'm gonna say.
That's kind of the only
Yeah.
thing, other than like
We're like
geography
at our
that I have.
capacity as far
that
as
could maybe
people goes.
apply.
I think if we hadn't taken like two more less
You
people,
do not
we'd
know
be
anything
fine.
about this nature. So
Okay.
a nature roll would not be helpful to
Is
you.
it,
Um,
what is it like?
how- sorry.
Weird.
What is like the distance from like the ground to the top of the dome?
Oh, easily 80 foot.
Okay. Do I have a perception roll to see if I see these geckos coming after Nvidia?
And I want to make a wild empathy check.
Yeah.
29 on the perception.
You spot him out.
Okay. I want to fire a flare burst in their direction.
Don't do that. I'm trying to make friends with them.
Firstly,
28.
28. Yeah, you speak a little druidic to them.
Yeah.
You send out some calming vibes, and they kind of side glance you for a moment.
Yeah, I've heard that
And they kind of like stop in the air and kind of zip and hover around, basically,
Like,
relatively in place. They're not approaching you.
Yeah, I kind of want to just keep circling like vultures do.
Yeah, they stay within the same distance as you, but they're just kind of
Checking.
looking.
Can I see? I don't want to go like poke it to see if I could like puncture through it, or like do like a strength test on it.
It is it's thick, but
thick.
relatively, the
Me too.
the strength of like human skin. So yeah, you could
So
tear your
You
hands
could
into
tear
it.
through it. Okay.
Maybe don't.
All right.
You also though, could drop down to the clouds and just walk underneath the dome and walk up to this thing.
That weird 10-legged thing.
Yeah. I thought that's what you wanted to go touch.
No, I just want to go. That thing's.
Oh yeah, you could look, a good acrobatics check. You could walk right across one of these pillars and touch it.
I don't know if I want to touch.
However, like it gumbies in when you touch it, and they're cylindrical, so you're gonna gumby and start sliding off.
That's fine. I can walk on the cloud.
The cloud's like 20, 30 feet below you.
Yeah, you got a hell of a drop there, bud.
Damn.
And there's
have
no
your-
realistic way for you to get up besides then clawing your way into the flesh of this thing to get your way back up.
Do you have your emergency fall damage vial?
You know someone who might be able to give you some
Start handing
spells.
them out.
Who's that?
Oh yeah, Amelia.
Beats me.
Beats me.
It was like the first person that you were like, hey, they should come with.
Amelia.
Oh, yes. She's just like fascinated by this stuff. She's going around and like very carefully taking tweezers and
Could-
vials and
could
just
you-
like collecting little samples of them.
Could you help me get out of here?
Does anyone,
What do you
anyone here draw?
What do you mean?
Yes.
Like on the edge. Could you
You
help
saw
me
my
get back
art.
up to the stuff?
No, I mean like details.
Like some kind of spell thing. I don't know.
To
You
to
saw
like
my
cling
art.
to the stuff?
You realize
Yeah, because like I can cling to it, but I don't want to tear it. You know what I'm
I could
saying?
enchant your boots
Okay, what if I bottle them and
to
bring them
stick
back?
to things.
Yeah.
Okay,
You keep
I'll
them
be
alive.
right there.
I'll do my best.
She
And
walks
Cookie
the
promised to
couple
keep
hundred
them
yards that it is to you.
I mean,
takes a little while. It should last right around
affected
2-3
air bubble. We
hours.
could probably perfect,
Sweet.
like
So
the
don't,
environment in the
don't be
bottle
way
to
out
be
there
this
when
environment
it goes
so if
out.
they don't
But this
die
should,
when
this
they
should
go
keep you to
down.
cling to just about anything.
I would assume.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Take a
So
gold
it doesn't
piece.
specify like barometric pressure or anything.
Thank
so
you.
Yeah.
I should be able to.
Tucks in your pocket.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
We should be
Um,
fine.
this 10-legged thing. Can I
Yeah.
do like maybe like a nature or survival check or something to see if it's like a predator or?
It looks like a roly-poly. It
Okay.
has 10 legs all stuck into the outside of this thing,
Oh, so-
and a circular mouth with jagged teeth sucking.
So it's fuel for the flame god.
If you wish to incinerate it,
No!
I've only seen the one.
You know
I'll
what?
take it home.
You know what? Touch it.
you're going to go outside
I'm gonna touch a
and
butt.
touch it.
Touch the butt.
All right, you start moving outside. It's going to take you a while to walk there.
Yeah. Hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm going for a walk.
roly poly thing. I'm gonna go touch it.
We should like wait. Are you going outside?
Yeah.
So how are you gonna stick with the cloud? What if it moves out from under you?
Oh, I got the cling from Amelia on my boots. I
Oh,
got the
okay,
cling
right.
enchantment. So I'm just- So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like an STD.
We gotta like come up with a name for this kind of. How about like spacewalk? How do you like that?
Spacewalk? Sounds cool. What if
feel
we just
like-
call it
like
Air Jordans?
Walking through space. I mean, you can call your boots whatever you'd like.
Air Amelia's.
You begin walking outside. Another wild empathy check
Cool.
as these things are starting to close a little bit of distance again.
No.
No.
I
That's
want
not
to
great.
try to pet them.
The little lizard things.
Do
Yeah.
they like
19.
19. They do not stop approaching you.
Okay, I want to try to fly like under. You said there's like a little lip to fly under
Yeah.
and like get up on the moss. I want to try to like go in and land on the moss.
So you are in that dome right now.
Oh, okay. So I want to go. I want to
the
go
moss,
try to
the moss and the
land.
trees are underneath you.
Mm-hmm.
You are in the open air part of that. There is that little bit of air underneath that disc
Mm-hmm.
of land
Mm-hmm.
that you could go under as well. But that's where all the tendrils start to.
Yeah. No,
emanate
that's okay.
from.
I want to go check out the moss.
Yeah, you swoop down to ground level. These things are coming at you,
Following me.
and you
Let me
have
just
one
change-
more round before we roll initiative.
Okay.
Can we just change out of a?
You're right there, love.
You just like look out and you just see me like walking on the edge.
You're just making your way down.
I suppose. Can I try a charm animal on these guys?
Yes.
You should have brought a Dora.
Let me pull it up real
Just play a
quick.
sweet tune right now.
Weird fish. I bought it recently. And
Just imagine
Light of all
some
my
like
troubles.
imagine lizards right now
Fair.
in the clouds.
So imagine lizards.
I'm going close
Imagine
for
wyverns.
the Wind Marquis tomorrow.
East, when you get down to where that
No.
curl is in
Yeah.
the dome, you know, you go from the inside of the dome to the outside of the dome. In that curl, there is liquid water
Oh.
cooled up, and there are little tiny organs
organs?
on the
Just
inside,
have,
little
a
like
very
mouths
low
that are
amount of
opening
stress
and
all
closing,
the time,
like,
and,
and
it just
absorbing some
builds.
and taking this water into the
Oh.
dome.
And my
I'm gonna
house
call
catch on fire,
Amelia.
that would be-
Because she seemed really interested in that.
Yeah,
Also,
DC 15 will
she
save.
says she'll go check it
you wanna
out.
go
check it out.
shopping?
DC 15 will
Yeah.
save.
Around to,
Yeah,
like,
it buzzes up
shopping
and
and
stops
buy
and
some
just kind of
clothes
like,
and
oh, what up, dude?
Hey, how's it
shit.
going?
You sure? 'Cause,
Oh,
like, I'm super
it's going all
hungry.
right.
I just
Really
ate out
hungry.
from
Yeah.
Marquise. I'm not going. You
can tell.
we're going to Ross.
What do you
man,
What do you
but,
eat?
like,
Birds.
Birds. Cool.
Yeah,
Birds.
they fly up inside.
We're
We
gonna
just
go
kind of
through
go
our
at it.
current laundry first
Do you eat
and then
other
decide
things?
Where we're going from there.
You know, sometimes, one time like this really big lizardy thing
Much as
came
meat.
in with
Mhm.
like these 2 wings and 2 legs and a long tail kind of deal. We ate that, and that was cool. If it really comes down to it, you know, some of the tree bark we can nibble on, but
You
you
guys
know,
are
it's not
you're
good.
pretty tough, huh?
Oh no, we're just really small,
There's
and
just
they
a lot
just
of us.
Yeah.
they just can't really do much of anything
There's a
about
lot of
it.
you.
Yeah.
Stronger in numbers.
And you know, when I bite things, they slowly just stop moving.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well,
Well,
that's good to know. Thanks.
If I check with my friends and see if they have any food, would you maybe like not bite them?
you got bird?
Maybe.
Probably.
Fuck
Let me,
yeah.
let me check.
I used to run a buffet ship for like 7 or
I mean, you have to have provisions on the ship.
You got
right?
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have some chicken jerky
So I
at least.
swoop in. Hey, do you have any chicken?
Yeah, tons. Why? We actually probably have more than we need.
If you feed those dragonflies, they probably won't poison you.
What will it take to get one to come back with me?
That's on you.
Well, I can't talk to
But
them,
if-
so it's kind of on you as well.
That's true. If you, but just get them some food now so they don't start trying to eat you or anyone else.
Yeah, I can do that. He fucking grumbles and goes.
Get the Lord Dragon guy. See, maybe they're dragonflies. Maybe
You see him
they'll-
on the outside walking.
Maybe they respect
Yeah,
him.
you see me outside.
You are approaching the pill bug
That
thing.
would
Pulls
dope,
out like
actually.
tourist camera out of nowhere.
Check it out.
I'm on a cloud.
A cloud 9. That's what we're naming
Yeah,
this place,
you
right?
feed. You get out some chicken.
Yeah.
There's only about 7 of these little dragonfly lizard things in this area in totality.
But if they're gonna, like,
and boy, they
paralyze-
swarm, and they are telling you like this is the best tasting meat they've had.
Is it like cooked and seasoned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they are excited
Spare
about
no
that.
expense.
Yeah.
I
What have
I
you been
ran a
doing?
private ferry for 7 years. This is
Not
fancy
much.
food.
Lounging.
Yeah, like I can't get off the ship. I can't.
Do you
You can
wanna
totally
get
get off the ship.
Yeah,
That's,
we can
it's
leave the
solid. That's solid ground as far as everybody seems to be going. Amelia's out walking around on it.
I can help you.
Amelia's looking at the bottom range.
No, Zelly's not down for this.
Okay.
I'm not getting off the ship.
You're like,
He's
no.
like, no, I can't get off.
White
Something
knuckle
about
gripped
this
on the
isn't
side.
right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
Maury
be-
and Aslo are both just like on the ship with you, just kind of like, I don't know about this one,
Yeah.
Chief.
Well, yeah,
See me
what's
out there,
the-
guys. It's cool.
What's the chicken squared away? I'd be following around Amelia with like my own like alchemist jars and just like filling them
Taking
with shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
taking samples as
Check out the
well.
weird
I have
water.
like
Can I
little
s- can I-
tweezers to pick up
I mean,
slugs.
some of them are.
Weird
Passing
mouth
my
water.
You most
Flask
certainly
flask
can
to the kids.
after
Yeah.
East pokes.
There's mouth water at the bottom.
The,
Yeah,
The
there's like
thing.
little mouths. It's just like a cup in the dome. And they like collect water down there, and there's like little organ mouths in the water. Amelia's
Like it's
checking-
alive.
Yeah, Amelia's checking it out right now.
Like what we're in is alive. Like it's attached to it.
Maybe
It is part of the dome, yes.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
part of the ship, part of the crew.
You go to poke this thing clinging to the outside of the dome.
Why?
Maybe
You're so in character.
maybe
but
before I
fuck.
poke it,
Oh, okay.
like,
No, do it.
You approach it.
Send it.
hey, how small is this? Is it like as
It's
big as?
twice the size of a bear.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It is much larger than you.
Hey, little guy.
You're walking up and talking to it.
Yeah,
It does not move.
what you got going on over here?
You cannot see its face. Its armor seems to completely encapsulate it.
Bro, it's a carnivorous pill bug feeding off of a sky jellyfish. It's got its whole life going
I'm
on.
gonna snap a picture of that.
How did it get here?
I don't know.
We don't ask questions.
I think we should. I think that's an important question.
There are reasons.
I'm gonna go to pet it.
Yeah, you touch it, and it is solid, like hard carapace, very solid.
Like good armor.
Potentially.
Potentially.
It might not be stronger than steel, but you know. And as you stroke it, it stirs.
like a.
You guys on the inside
yeah?
see the mouth detach, and this little tiny head that is separated from the mouth just starts kind of zipping around a little,
Oh God.
Hey,
and
buddy.
it pops up on its 10 legs and scuttles towards you. Initiative.
Whoa.
Oh my God. Do not. I will kill you before I kill this bug.
I might kill the bug.
And we will
before I kill
begin
him.
combat when we come back from our break
Oh, fantastic.
in about 5 minutes.
38:30.
Hey guys, if you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing and following us over on Twitch. Thank you.